Hello and welcome back to Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut, the Let's Play Blind with Neo Rambler. Right then, you may be wondering what it is we're doing back at Sarif Industries. Well, after the comments made in the last video, it turns out I've messed up a little tiny bit over the nature of a certain someone called Malik, who I thought was definitely a goner and there was no way to save her. Yeah, apparently there is, although it's really, really hard. And I really would like to save her, because as much as I know, as Halika has pointed out, maybe you should stop exploiting the whole quick save, load, keep saving mechanic, you know, because then your choices don't have any consequences. That's a good point, but at the same time, my choices and consequences in life so far have been pretty rubbish, so if I have the ability to manipulate those, I will, if I can get more choices in my favour. So I am going to try and save Malik, because I really do like her, and I think it's a bummer that she gets killed. If you can save her, I'm going to try it, although again, I've been stressed and told it is very hard, so it might be I can't, given the weapon sort of loadout we have and everything, but we'll give it a go. Anyway, before we do that though, I loaded back up at Sarif Industries, because that was the earliest save file I had where we can go and actually, you know, go with Malik in the helicopter to the Hengchin area to get shot down. And I went into Pritchard's office, and it turns out you can hack his computer when he's not here, which he currently is not. So, shall we have a look and see what's on Frank's computer? I think we should. Now, it is quite difficult to hack this, but we have got just enough resources to do it, so let's hope for the best. In fact, we've got more than enough. We can just use the nukes, basically, which I'm going to do, just to make this a bit faster.
Access granted.
There we go, easy peasy. So there's this email from David to Frank, and I'm going to read Frank's first before we read David's reply. Okay, here we go. As surprised as I am to admit this, Jensen's security measures actually did work that evening. That environmental warning we all heard go off? It was a backup failsafe that he insisted I insert into the alarm coding. I'm still working on finding out how the primary alerts got suppressed, but until I have an answer, I believe it necessary to revamp some important passwords. I've taken the liberty of suggesting a few ideas. Here they are. Sarif, blah, 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 blah. P.S. I'm sure that I don't have to remind you to delete this after you read it, do I? And then, of course, Frank's forgotten to delete it, so that's why we can read it. And then David says, thanks for telling me, Frank. It's good to know. As for the passwords, be sure to let the affected parties know. So he's basically given us a list of passwords here, I believe, to all these computers that we may or may not be able to hack, which is quite interesting. So I must go on a quick lookout for some more computers to hack. And then there's this email from Cecilia Pat at picus, or picus.mtl.can from Frank. Or this is to Frank, actually, I should say. There is no initial email to this. I guess Frank deleted it, but this is what Cecilia had to say. Series pitch 3091. Mr. Pritchard, thank you for submitting your show concept and script treatments to Picus TV. We have duly reviewed your submission and regret to inform you that there is currently no interest in developing a program of such a nature. In fact, Mr. Pritchard, as this is your fifth remarkably similar show proposal in 12 months, it behooves me to be honest with you, re your prospects with Picus TV. It is very difficult for us to imagine how a 13-episode dramatic series built around the nightly coding exploits of Nuclear Snake, hacker extraordinaire, would appeal to our target demographic. Our viewers are looking for action, mystery and suspense. They want a hero who's not afraid to get physical, rather than one who skulks in the shadows and ducks for cover behind telecams. That's why I'm not intelligent. To be honest, the main character seems to us somewhat underhanded and obsequious, I think that's the word, or obsequious, obsequious, I don't know how to pronounce that word. I'm dumb, you see. A very popular character type is the policeman, or even better, the ex-cop who still upholds the law. This is the type of protagonist people can warm up to and cheer for. You should give this idea serious consideration. Sincerely, Cecilia Pat, editor, Picus TV. So yeah, there you go. Frank's been trying to submit Nuclear Snake Hacker Extraordinaire. And I've seen that Nuclear Snake before. I believe it was an email address, I think. Or it's mentioned when we were at the Picus building. I think some people really wanted it to happen or something. So that's quite interesting. So yeah. Right, okay then. So I've hacked that computer. So I'm going to stop the recording now. And I'm just going to keep going to where we get to the point where we need to save Malik. And then I'm going to try and save her. I might do it off screen. Or I might just get really good at it so I know I could do it and record it. Oh, if I don't fall asleep. Oh, I apologise. Sorry. Right, anyway, back in a moment, hopefully with a way to save Malik. See you in a bit. Unfortunately, that is not exactly what happens during the rest of this video. Instead, I get absolutely distracted and obsessed with hacking all of the different office doors around the floors of the Sarif building, and basically just spending the rest of the video reading lots and lots and lots of stuff. So in actual effect, if you're not interested in the background information of Sarif Industries or anything else going on in the story, you could probably skip the rest of this video entirely and move on to the next one when it comes out. Although I have to say, I still hadn't, by the end of this video, finished all of the offices because my computer decided to crash. So although I've recorded all of this footage for you to watch, it really doesn't go anywhere. So if you want to skip this video, you're more than welcome to, and I apologise for wasting your time. Hopefully in the next video I'll finish all these office hackings and computer readings and stuff, and then we can actually get back down to the problem of saving Marek's life. Anyway, just thought I'd let you know, so if you're getting bored or if you don't want to see the rest of this video, you can stop now. If not, carry on watching. I hope you find it interesting. There's a lot of reading involved. I apologise. So yeah, I would advise personally to just skip on ahead unless you're an absolute fan of this game. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, take it easy, have a good one, hope you're well, and I'll either see you in the rest of this video or the next one. Have a good one. Actually, before we do, I've just realised there's a load of offices around here we can actually hack into that I never thought I could do, or thought to bother to do so, or something along those lines. So we're going to hack all these instead and get access to the computers, because why not? There may be goodies about that I've missed all this time, such as credit chips, which can be handy, and ebooks, which we can read. The next 3 decades, where will we be in 2050? There was once a time when we believed that the world would become a monolithic nation state, a kind of United States of Earth, brought together under the global aegis of a supergovernmental body. But now that prediction seems quaint and hackneyed, I think that's the word. The reality is that we live in an era where sovereign nations and the formal governments of countries are little more than lines of demarcation upon the world's maps. More and more citizens of the world lend their loyalty not to a flag, but the only true transnational entities that still thrive: corporations. We thus foresee a time when people will be citizens of their employer's nation rather than Chinese, French, Canadian, etc. And in this world, what we have thought of as traditional nation complexes, such as America, will fragment in order to find their own equilibrium. I think we've already read that before, so not bad if we have. Right, so there's a computer here we can use. And I believe there is some new emails, so let's have a look. So this is to Will Rossellini, which I believe, yeah, we aided Will right at the very beginning of the game as one of the first side quests. So here we go. Will Rossellini. What exactly are you accusing me of, Frank? Yes, I've taken quantities of neuroprozine out of the lab. It's part of my research. But I have also logged each and every drop used, and placed all the new samples back in the freezer before leaving. And I was not the only one working late those nights. Talk to Brugger, he'll verify it. Frank Pritchard, Nuclear Snake, worked. It has come to my attention that neuroprozine has been disappearing from the lab, usually on nights when you were working late. Care to explain this? And then this is what Frank said. Don't get me wrong, I'm not accusing anyone, but as Sarif's security chief, it's my responsibility to stay on top of things. Dun, dun, dun. From Ted Brugger. Whatever Megan's team was on with that patient X strand is simply amazing. I ran the test 3 times just to be sure, and none of the usual rejection markers are present. After 8 weeks without neuroprozine, I can't pronounce that word. This is unheard of, Will, and I hope that one day we can get access to this research so nobody has to take the neuroprozine ever again, because I can't pronounce it and I don't want to keep pronouncing it. Although I probably just have actually successfully pronounced it. But anyway, listen, I've got to take off, but you have got to see the results for yourself. Come to my office, room 32. If by chance the door is locked, 9642 will get you in. TB? Oh, isn't that something? Oh, sorry, you only got bored. I apologise. Right. So from Athene Margaret to SI Global. Hello, all. Management realises that you have all been working long hours in the drive to fulfil outstanding contracts. We recognise your increased efforts and we thank you for your unswerving dedication to getting the job done with pride. We're attempting to fill recent vacancies as quickly as possible, but finding talented researchers who can live up to the high standards this company maintains is no easy task. If you know any qualified candidates, please send them my way. In the meantime, thank you for your patience and continued dedication during this time. I think we've read that one before. Update. Good morning, everyone. I know most of you are still reeling from what happened here several months ago. That devastating loss of so many good people, of so many of our friends and colleagues, is something which I personally find impossible to grasp. I know we will never be able to replace them, but I swear to you this: we will rebuild. We will pick up the shattered pieces of our lives and their work, and continue to move forward. Together we will be stronger than the bees who did this to us. The bees! Killer bees! And we will not let them succeed. Right now I am in constant communication with the authorities who are investigating the attack. As soon as I hear anything conclusive, I will let you know. In the meantime, Frank and the rest of the security team will be working tirelessly to ensure that this company, that of all of you, remains safe and secure. If you have any questions or you simply feel the need to talk, do not hesitate to come to me. My door is always open. On the top floor, in my secret elevator, which you need a special code for. David. Interesting. Right, okay. Lots of useful information. We probably could have done this much earlier on in the game, and I just didn't really think to do it, so might as well do it now while we can. I don't think, actually, we can be spotted. I think the security guards are pretty happy with us doing what we're doing, so we don't have to fear about getting caught, which is the good thing. Oh, except for the bloody system. Come on, we can do this. Yeah, we got it. Phew, that was lucky. Right, anyway. So we're looking here. Another ebook. Probably, hopefully. Oh, God, several ebooks. Oh, no, that's credit chips. Oh, thank God for that. Oh, 247. Nice. Alright, let's have a look. Is this the same old one? No. Sarif Industries, Rising to Tomorrow. The Sarif Ethos. Here at Sarif Industries, we specialise in the design and manufacture of advanced neuro-augmentations and prosthetics for human implantation, and we strive to distinguish ourselves by working with clients to create progressive, forward-thinking, custom augmentations that answer specific challenges and needs. We are proud to maintain our creative independence in a rapidly shrinking and highly competitive marketplace. To ensure your uniqueness, we maintain an in-house staff of doctors and nurses, in addition to the usual array of augmentation scientists and researchers, training them to work with clients to determine individual needs. Sarif Industries offers its clients free, comprehensive, pre-operational screenings so as to better understand their personal challenges. We employ over 1,500 people in the Detroit area in our factory and R&D facilities. More than any other corporation in the augmentation industry, we work hard to promote and maintain our reputation as innovators and as a home for independence, excellence, and quality. Yeah, that's pretty good. Right, okay, so what have we got over here? Another one to look at? Yep. From David to Lyle. Hostage situation. What the F does Picos have against us? Ever since Taggart gave that damn speech in front of the UN, Cassen's taken every opportunity she has to slant this augmentation debate in his favour. We were the ones who were effing attacked. We lost people. He didn't. This has got to earn us some sympathy. Get on the phone and work this, Lyle. Do what I effing pay you to do. Wow, he got upset. From Gail. Watch out. Hey boss, Mr. Sarif just stuck his head in. Looks like he's on the warpath. You might want to get back there ASAP. And are we still on for the movies tonight? Oh, bless. Hope so. And I hope they had a lovely date. Although, judging by the way Sarif just treated that man, probably not. From Deanne to Gail. Oh, this is Gail's computer. Oh, my bad. Is it true? Hey Gail, you hear that thinking of cutting vacation days? What the hell? This is the kind... What? This if the kind of... I think that's a typo. This is the kind of things companies do whenever they're about to go belly up. That's very true. I think... Yeah, we've read that one. That's just a security email from David. Ooh dear, things are going bad. Things are going bad. Alright, gentlemen. Keep it up. Right, anyway. So, I should really be paying attention to the names, really, but no, I can't be asked. Also, I should save it in a bit as well, just in case something does go wrong. Oh, balls. Like that! No! Uh-oh, I don't think we're going to get it in time. Oh. Nuke it! Oh, just got there. Oh, man. That was a hard call. Phew. It's a good job I had some nukes left. Right. Oh, lots more credit chips. Good. I wish people would keep lying more credit chips around or leaving them around the place in drawers and stuff, because I just happily rummage through them and just take them. Oh, I'm such a little petty thief. Right. Oh, God. It's from Athene Margraves to SI Global. Every season grief counselling. Attention all staff. Representatives from every single counselling services will be in our offices Thursday morning to discuss their programmes. Excuse me. Schedule private one-to-one consultations and answer any questions you might have. I urge each and every one of you to attend. Please see me if you have a conflict. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Blimey. Yep. Overtime policies. It's come to my attention that many of you are logging overtime hours as we continue to work hard to meet deadlines. Because of this, I would like to remind everyone about Sarif Industries' overtime policies. For anyone exceeding 8 hours of work in a single weekday or workday and or 40 hours of work in a regular work week, you are entitled by law to 1.5 times your regular rate of pay for all overtime hours worked. But we'd like you to consider an alternative option, a 1-for-1 exchange of overtime for paid vacation hours once project deadlines have been reached. Please inform your unit supervisor which option you prefer no later than Friday 11 AM. If we do not hear from you by then, we will assume the second option applies. Of course they will, because it's cheaper. From 419 at Scowling Mask to Jerry Mayher. Urgent response. Attention, the President CEO. Dear Sir, confidential business... Oh, it's that business proposal again. interesting. I wonder if that's just spam emails, actually something very important to the plot of the game. It might be. Ah, dearie me. Sorry, this is taking much longer than I thought. This might actually end up being the whole video, which I hope it isn't, but at the same time, if it is, then you can kind of understand why. Oh, there you go. We hacked that pretty nice and easily, so that's good. Oh, we've got a stop worm as well, which is handy. Sweet. Right then, what's in this office then? Another ebook. Building Wings, A Better Tomorrow by David Sarif. What is transhumanism? A grandiose term, perhaps, but an accurate one. It is a search. Oh, sorry. No, it is a search. Yes, not if. It is a search, a great destination that we, as a species, are approaching, as our journey through evolution nears its next great leap. It is no less than the chance for human beings to reach out and take the helm of their own development. For the first time in history, we live in an era where the factors that define the borders of the human condition, death, longevity, disability, and all the other tyrannies of our own biology, can be surpassed. The advancing science of human augmentation technologies allow us to look into an enhanced future, a better tomorrow, where the limitations of flesh and bone can be transcended. However, sex would not feel as good. If I wrote these words and sound like an evangelist, then perhaps I am. I look to my future enwrapped, and my sexless life. Right, okie dokes. Ooh, protein bars. I need those. Well, I need bars anyway. Bars. Give me bars. Give me bars. What do I get rid of for the bar? Actually, that rocket launcher is going to be pretty helpful, thinking about it, to take out the soldiers. Although I don't think I've got any rockets, though, have I? Have I got any rockets? I've got 2. Well, that's better than nothing, I suppose. Right, or EMP grenades as well. They might be helpful. So we'll have to give it a go and see what we do. Anyway, beforehand, though, I'm going to throw painkillers away. It's probably a bad idea, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to drop that. I'm also going to drop the augmentation thing as well, because I want the bars. Give me the bars! Yes! That's going to be handy. Alright then, let's have a look at this computer then. From K2Audi to Faraday and Malek. Oh, this is Malek's office! Oh boy! Weekend trip. Hey Fly Girl, I'm serious about hitting J-Tree next month. Think about it. Thanksgiving in the desert, hanging out after we nail the fortress, natural selection, Barbie, you bring the glow sticks this time. Ugh. Thanks for that. Thank you, Malek. I'll be sure to have a look down there myself. In the meantime, I have changed the code. It's 8053 now. Might I suggest you delete this mail as soon as you've read it? Of course, everybody forgets to delete their emails. Hey, Pritchard. Didn't you fire Brian Tyndall a few weeks ago? I could have sworn I saw him coming out of the helipad storage area the other night. As far as I could tell, nothing was missing, but I think you should just change the room's access code. Oh, I didn't realise it was Malek's office. That's because I never really called it by a first name. Intriguing. Right, okay. Malek, we're going to try and save you so you can return to your hacked office once again. In the meantime, that's back to Frank's office, so I think we've done every office on this floor. Nope, tell a lie, there's one more over here. Diane Gonzalez. Diane Gonzalez and somebody else. We must hack into the office, because nobody is paying attention. Just that way I like it. Oh, boys! Go, 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 go.
Access granted.
Brilliant. Nice one. Right. Oh, there's vents here. Ooh. I wonder where they lead. Probably the toilets. They usually do. But still, we'll go and have a look in there in a minute. Right. Oh, God, more! Whiskey. Good stuff. But an ebook. Oh, God. The Neural Hub, designed for a next generation by Hugh Darrow. Ah, right, now that's actually a good thing, because Hugh Darrow, apparently, I believe, is the old man that we met in the last video, who took over David's office. That guy with the cane and the augmented leg and stuff. The older man, that's Hugh Darrow, apparently. And I believe that is his name, I completely forgot it. But yes, he's actually written all this stuff, and he's a good friend of Sarif, so as far as I'm aware, we can trust him, sort of, maybe. But anyway, whatever. That just clears me up for me, really. I'm sure you guys and girls all need that, but I do. No. Thank you. Anyway, right. Sorry. Excerpt from a paper in Neonature, May 2015. NeuroHub technology is viewed by some as the milestone about the next of cybernetics research, but such commentary indicates a failure to think outside the box and read properly. In fact, the Neural Hub has always had the capacity to grow beyond its function as a gateway for cyberware integration. These implants, developed in the beginning as components in ever-shrinking cell phone, TV, and MP3 player parts, comprise numerous physical processors integrated into one physical chip, but the key is in the threading. The hub is controlled by software, which enables more efficient processing on the hardware. Each input from the nervous system generates its own, or multiple threads, based on operations like motion or recollection. What I propose is a combination of multi-core processors tied closer to the human brain's own superlative multitasking capacity, effectively breaking down the barrier between the commonplace hub designs of current iterations and the subject's own mind. In effect, we allow the hub to work with the human brain. In analogy, instead of a relay race where one participant is slower than the other, it becomes a ride on a tandem. Which is a really bad metaphor, because not many people know what tandem means. Anyway, let's have a look at, I think, the computers. From Cindy to Diane. I'm sorry, don't be peed at me, Di. All I meant when I said it was that maybe they made a mistake. It happens all the time on those crime scene shows, and we never actually saw the DNA results. Do you want to believe that Megan could still be alive? She was your friend too, after all. Jeez. And Gail to Diane. Is it true? Yeah, Lyle just told me. We work our butts off and they start taking away our benefits. Not cool. I'm starting to get a sinking feeling about this place. Still up for happy hour downtown? If we can get away at a decent hour. Aww. From Athene to SI Global. It's kind of, it's rubbish stuff. Right, anyway, I think we've opened that, haven't we? Yep, we have. Right, vent. Let's look at the vent. It probably leads us to the next office, actually, but whatever. It's more EXP and therefore more praxis points. Right, okay. Another ebook. Has everybody got a separate ebook in these offices? I mean, Jesus. I suppose it makes sense in a way, but blimey. The Tyranny of Biology. Transcript of a seminar given by Hugh Dower at the World Biometrics Summit in Tokyo, 8th September 2011. Oh boy. The next study I'd like to share is one in which we analyse the security and privacy components, properties even, of an implantable cardioverter defibrillator. Introduced to the US market in 2003, this model of ICD includes pacemaker technology and is designed to communicate wirelessly with a nearby external programmer in the 175 kHz frequency range. After partially reverse engineering the ICD's communications protocol with an oscilloscope and a software radio, we implemented several software radio-based attacks that could compromise patient safety and privacy. At this point, cries of outrage from participants interrupt Mr. Darrow. He looks up, surprised. Loud, gabbling sounds. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please. After several minutes, the crowd quiets enough for Mr. Darrow to speak. Listen, I'm not here to talk about the philosophical nature of what we do in augmentation science. That's not to say I don't understand the ramifications of my work, just that I feel that there are better thinkers than I more suited to the task. My prowess, my genius, if you'll forgive me for calling it that, is in the creation of these engines of human improvement. I'll leave it to the future generations to decide, if I am remembered well for what I've created. But I will say this, at no other time in our history as the dominant species on this planet have we, as human beings, had as much power over our own bodies as we do now. We are on the threshold of an age where the tyranny of biology can be defeated. Someone born blind, someone whose legs are claimed by some tragedy, someone who once could hear but now cannot. We can offer hope to them. Nature no longer has the upper hand. Very dark and sinister stuff. Anyway. Another bar. Lovely. Well, at least people left their energy bars about. And tons of cash as well, which is handy. And we can just go on the rob, because we're the security officer. We keep people safe. Wink, wink. From Athene to Mika or Micah Pine. Excessive vacation requests. Mika, I just got off the phone with Erin. From every season, she's told me that all these vacation days you've been using up lately haven't been vacations at all. Why didn't you come to me, sweetheart? If I'd have known how difficult it was for you to set foot near the labs, I could have done something about it. Look, I'll speak to David. He'll understand. And maybe we can get workers' comp to reimburse us for all the weeks you've been missing. In the meantime, stay home. Try to relax and keep up the sessions with Erin. Sounds like a really helpful person. Security. Boring stuff. Right, okay. Well, at least that kept it nice and quick then. Right, okay. So that's Mika's office. Okay. So I think we've hacked everyone's office on this floor. Hooray! Right. Does that mean there's a floor? Is there a floor below? There is. Don't think there's any offices down here though, but we'll have a look. Good, because that means that I can go and hack all the offices. Nobody will do anything about it. It's interesting though how every time we go to the toilet there's never anybody in there. On both sexes there's never anyone in the toilets. Why is that? Do they all go to the toilet at the same time? Do they go to the toilet when I'm not playing the game? I mean, I suppose that makes sense, but why can't some of them go to the toilet when I am playing the game? Just because of probability and chance. Why is it that none of them are going to the toilet? Excuse me, sirs. Are any of you privy to using the toilet right now? Because I'm a bit paranoid that nobody's using the toilets and everybody's standing around with really full bladders, and I don't particularly want to have to deal with a flood of urine at some point in the game because everybody can't hold it in anymore and everybody in this game just has to pee at the same time as everyone because we're all telepathically linked to the ability to pee at the same time. So just checking, sirs, are we all been to the toilet? We're all cool? We're all clean? We're all empty? I'll take your silence as a no. God damn it, if we get floods of pee around the building, I'm going to be very upset and annoyed with this game. Some might even say pissed. Sorry. Right, anyway, right, I don't think there's anything on this floor except fire and death outside. That's fine. Oh, the reception lady's gone. Oh, can we peek at her computer then? We can. From Deanne to Cindy. I'm sorry, no, I don't want to, Cindy, because it hurts too much. Next thing you'll be telling me to listen to that pirate DJ you like so much, and I'll do us both a favour and drop it. Cindy Martinez. Don't be peed at me, Di. All I meant was that maybe they made a mistake. Oh. Cindy, don't be shocked to see Adam Jensen walking in tonight. I know he's not due back for several weeks yet, but the situation at the plant is such that we really need him. David assures me he's ready, and I trust David, but you should be aware that at least physically, Adam's not quite the man you knew. Be sensitive. I know you have a hard time masking your emotions, but try not to let him see how different he looks. Inside, he's still the same person. Remember that. Oh, that's nice of her to mention that. Oh, I thought the lady and receptionist lady was pretty polite to us, but at least now we know it's all lies. Ooh, newspaper. Activist I can't remember his name. Isias, whatever. The guy arrested. Detroit police have arrested Humanity Front activist Dr. Isaias Sandoval on charges of terrorism. Sandoval stands accused of aiding in the bloody attack on Sarif Industries 6 months ago. He was found hiding the Detroit sewer system in an attempt to elude police. The arrest was made after Humanity Front founder, Bill Taggart, accused his protege of terrorism following his speech at the Mullins Convention Center. Taggart's revelation was shocking to many as Sandoval had risen to prominence on the anti-augmentation scene by publicly advocating non-violent solutions to the debate. Police press liaison Drew Lansing praised Mr. Taggart for his help. We need more citizens to act like Mr. Taggart did. Without him, Sandoval might still be on the loose. Nation warned to prepare for state of emergency. Thomas Shear, Executive Director of FEMA, today warned the nation to be ready for emergency services to be enacted, or emergency measures even, to be enacted in response to the sharp spike in domestic terrorism. He went so far as to suggest that martial law could be established if the matter is not resolved soon. Oh no. Right. Don't think there's anything in the cafeteria per se, is there? No. Right, we'll go to the upstairs and then the next floor. I'm sorry this has taken so long. Oh god, there's tons of officers around here. I'm going to have to finish the video after hacking all these officers. I'm very sorry that we didn't quite get to where I wanted to get to in this video. I'm sorry, but I just realised that I hadn't done all these. So I thought, you know, might as well while we're here. So, yeah, so this video, I mean, you suppose you could skip it if you really wanted to. I think at the end, though, depending on how much time this video's been on for, or how long it's been on for, I might still try and save Mallet there and just record that, but after that, we'll have to go back to where we were.
Access granted.
Oh, anyway, let's keep hacking, because goodies are about, EXP to be had, and etc, etc. And another ebook, oh, for flaming Pete bloody sake. Oh, it's not too long. Global Politics Review, 2026 edition, Chapter 7, Facing the Dragon. China casts a long shadow. Since the 2000s, the Chinese bloc has seen a steady climb towards superpower status, supplanting the USA as the world's economic engine and most sophisticated military force. Marked growth in many areas of industry have made the People's Republic a major player in many fields, notably in the emerging technology of human augmentation. Without the regulations imposed on human trials by other nations, the PRC have been fast-tracking their augmentation research. Many fear that China's actions may grant them a monopoly and thus strengthen their position still further. However, despite technological advances, China's attitude towards human rights and the environment have not progressed, and rumours of atrocities against both people and the planet are rife. But confirmation of these statements is difficult to obtain, given the PRC's iron grip on the nation's media. Dun dun dun! Well, you know, it is what it is. Oh, Pocket Secretary. Has it got a password on it? No. It's from Shinef to Denzel Mitchell. You know, Denny, for a lawyer, you're a pretty cool dude. Thanks for checking the POs. Wouldn't have done it myself, but Sarah's B has my number for way too long. If she caught me with him, I'd have been toast. You know she's got Cassie implants, don't you? Anyway, from what you told me, I'm sure Mika pines behind those thefts. She's in purchasing, types out the POs before Margaret signs them. It'll be so easy for her to change the figs afterwards. She's Otto till Tuesday, so I just gotta... Oh, she's out of the office until Thursday, sorry, not Tuesday. So I just gotta get into her office 4, then Snake give me the code to 27, next door to hers 4145. I'm thinking of letting myself in there and using the air ducts to cross into her office. Don't worry, I won't sue if anything goes wrong. Really? I mean, that seems very, very cryptic. Oh, another energy bar. Sweet. From Frenetic Pony to Lawboy. Oh, right. Conversation. Mercury Instant Messaging autosave. Frenetic Pony. We can't let SWAT into that plant. There's too much at stake. I'm calling Jensen in. Lawboy. He's still on medical leave. Markovic gave him a clear bill of health last week. And how much pressure was she under her? I resent that accusation. Resent it all you like, but you hired me to protect your ass. You got away with the surgeries because of that neat little clause we had in his contract, but if something happens to him now, it won't. Trust me. It's your call, boss. We saved his life for God's sake. I don't think he'll be suing us anytime soon. From Athene to Denzel, a little help. Hey, Denny, when you've got a second, can you stop by? David's asked me to draft a formal letter to CYM declining their oh-so-generous offer. I want to make sure I get the wording correct. Oh, okay. Yeah, so weird hacking stuff going on here then. Conspiracies within conspiracies. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Oh well, whatever. At least we get a load of freestyle. Oh god, this is a nasty one.
Access granted.
Right, okay. What's in this one then? Probably more emails. Please don't let there be another ebook. I'm getting sick and tired of all these ebooks. There is going to be another ebook, isn't there? I can feel it. I can feel it. Ah! Evil ebooks! Oh, I'll read this one. I think we've read this one already, but whatever. Wake up. Your government can follow you anywhere. Under the guise of helpful programs such as the Amber Alert database for missing children and the World Smallpox Vaccine Initiative, those who would seek to control our lives or eroding our liberties. They mask their true intentions. They plan to build a global database of all citizen DNA fingerprints. Your autonomy and self-determination will be curtailed for all time. DNA registration is the death of freedom. Only those people who appear on the global register will be allowed to vote, to travel, to have children, to earn a living, to speak out. Non-registrants will be non-people. This is a silent, quiet slavery, and we are allowing it to happen. Our elected officials are making us like animals in pens, shackling us with the very blood in our veins. A population that cannot be tracked, or that can be tracked, cannot be free. I agree wholeheartedly. That there is basically my belief in policies and everything, like summarised in such, succinct wording. It's unbelievable. I really do believe that. I mean, wouldn't you? If you were in power and you had the ability to take over everyone and take over the world, yeah, you'd be tempted. I know you would. Doesn't mean you're a bad person or anything, but I know you'd be tempted. I know I would. From Brian Tyndall to Tim Corella. RE delivery received. Hey man, I don't work there anymore. Pritchard fired me for messing with the Intellicam footage, remember? So you'll have to get into her office and snoop around yourself if you really want to be sure. All I can do is give you her office access code. 5475, if she hasn't changed it. BT, Tim Corella. What do you mean she saw you? Christ, Brian, her knowing is not an option. It could mean my job. You've got to find out if she's onto me. Package received. Thanks, C. Next time, though, I think we'll need a new drop zone. Not to make you nervous or anything, but I'm pretty sure the chick who flies the company chopper saw me coming out of the helipad storage area after I grabbed it. Oh, so she was talking about the yes, Malik was saying that somebody had been in the helicopter storage to David and they changed the passcode, but it turns out they had, and it was Brian, wasn't it, she mentioned, and they has taken something. Oh dear. RE, no more. Don't say that, man. I promised the client no pause, and I gotta make good, which means you gotta make good. Or did you conveniently forget about that little piece of added security I grabbed before Dickwad fired me? You don't deliver the rest of the vials, as we discussed, and Mr. Sav's going to be watching some pretty incriminating digital images tonight. Tim Corella. I'm out, B. I don't know if Malik suspects me. He says suspects me, then. Sorry. But I just can't take the risk. I'm not stealing any more vials of neuropurposine for you. Brian, it's done. Good man to see. I'll find a way in. Don't worry, BT. P.S. You are deleting these mails, aren't you? No, nobody is. Why is it that nobody has the ability to delete emails? This is really bad. I mean, okay, I get it from a narrative point that from a player's perspective they kind of need to read all this stuff, so it makes sense that nobody's done it. But still, if you think about it, it's a bit illogical and a bit dumb of everybody to do that, and a little bit straining on my self-belief and not self-belief, my suspension of disbelief. But still, whatever's. Fine, you win. Since we can't use the helipad storage area anymore, I put the vials in the basement in the vent shaft, but I don't know how you'd expect to collect them. Okay, from Athene, overtime, blah, 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 blah. Right, okay, yes. I think we've already dealt with this neuropurposine thing earlier, and we just did it a different way, a more direct way. I think. Not sure, can't remember. Right, anyway. No, we've hacked those two offices, haven't we? This office we haven't hacked yet, or we can just walk in there. Have we been in this office? Can't remember now, I'm losing track. Oh, another ebook. Oh, for God. Why is every... Fine. Hearts of Steel, Iron and Shadows. Across the plaza, Meredith saw him stumble and fall against a low wall. She cast a quick glance back to where the demonstrators continued to build an outbreak of fury. And then, on an impulse she couldn't explain, she went to him, offering a hand. He looked up from under his hood, and the eyes that glittered there, hard and grey like fragments of sea ice, made her gasp. He stood, ignoring her outstretched hand. But there was something in there in the depths at odds with his scowl. Are you? Fine, he murmured. Those eyes narrowed. You're hurt. Just a scratch, he began, but his hand was already coming up to her cheek. Meredith started as silver fingers touched skin. To her surprise, they were warm. Yeah, he said, turning away. I'm one of them. A cog. but he was already leaving. Da-da-da. Boring. Right. Love for Life to HS Titchener. Find Love for Life today. Find the right person for you. Buy 1 month, get 2 free. Save over 65%. Unlimited access. Take advantage and enjoy all the benefits of Love for Life. Log in now. Alright, Heather. Intolerable situation. Heather, you have got to speak to David. That new lab space is horrible. I don't know what kind of a deal he got on the rent, but I swear building maintenance is for F down there. The air conditioning system keeps breaking down and no one seems to know how to fix it. They still haven't fixed the lock on the back door, even though we requested it 2 weeks ago. Every time someone even touches the door handle, the alarm goes off. How are we supposed to think around here? You gotta do something, Heather. No wonder tempers are so short. Oh dear. Not good. Not good at all. Right, okay. Man, this company's going to poop, isn't it? Well, right, more offices to hack into. God, I'm so sorry that this is taking up the whole video. I did not realise there would be that many offices to take over. I don't have to do this. I know that, but yeah, I knew it was going to get caught there. Faster! Oh, I had to do that because that was just taking way too long.
Access granted.
It might have just made it, but I didn't want to take the risk. Right, there's another vent in here. Right, so whose office is this then? From Frank to Andrea Van Wessel. Little detective work. Greetings, Sin Ferret. Nuclear Snake's got an assignment for you. Really? It's come to my attention that someone has been stealing neuroproboscine around here. Neuroposine! Why do I keep... For quite a while, it's because I've been reading far too much for this video. You know that stuff costs a fortune, so I suspect someone's selling it to the black market. We need to get to the bottom of this and bring it to David before Jensen does. Feeling up to a little bit of late night detective work? I've got an Intellicam that's rigged to record while it's inside the lab's freezer, but it'll look strange if I get caught in there placing it. You, on the other hand, are always full of surprises. You up for it? Ted Brugger to Andrea, late night coffee break. Andrea, you gotta tell me, what the hell was that the other night? First of all, I had no clue you were interested, and no idea you were still in the lab, but when I went to put the extra no pause away and caught you reaching into the freezer, well, needless to say, it was a very pleasant surprise. Thank God Rosalina didn't walk in on us. Okay. Time policy. Yeah, well, she was planting the camera, wasn't she? So she wasn't working for you, Ted. Or interested in you, Ted. Oh, God, another ebook! Oh, God, really? Why? Oh, it's not too long. The Bell Tower Way, corporate background brief. The Bell Tower Group provides a maximum spectrum private military security solution for every need. The company was incorporated in 1997, beginning life as a security consultancy and close protection, brackets bodyguard, agency. Currently with offices in Afghanistan, Bahrain, China, Iraq, Kenya, India and the United States, our headquarters in England is a hardened skyscraper with all the capabilities of a military base, situated in the London Sink, an area of reclaimed land close to the River Thames. Other key facilities include a maritime base on the US Gulf Coast and a training facility in Bangalore, India. Bangalore. Bell Tower services are tailored for international clients, including governments, international agencies, and the corporate sector. It's also registered an active UN contractor. We provide specialist security and risk management solutions to counter extreme threats, along with exfiltration, K&R, threat neutrality operations, I believe, and quick react symphonic defenses. Stuff I do not understand. Right, vents, use, grab, go, 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 go. Into the vent we must go. Right, oh God! So many! Tara's man, the Hugh Darrow story, turning points. Darrow's father, Sir Martin Darrow, media mogul and founder of Pickus Communications, enrolled them into the prestigious Stratcliffe School and later the Stroud School. Natural athlete, Hugh was the captain of football, rugby, union and cricket teams, but beyond these sports... God, how did he find the time to do all that? But beyond these sports, he found school to be boring and unchallenging and opted not to enroll in college after graduation. His personal interests in designing and building computer-controlled mechanical devices, because, you know, all sportsmen do that in their spare time, a crude robot at age 10, a makeshift robotics lab at 16, finally led him to the world's first Robot Wars competition in 1994. Was that Robot Wars the TV programme from the BBC? Because if it is, that'd be awesome. He failed to win, but while discussing design ideas with a robotics expert at the competition, he heard about human motion studies being carried out at Stanford University, aimed at designing better prosthetic devices for amputees. Darrow extended his stay in the US to meet with several biometric researchers. Or was there a Robot Wars in America? I think there was, actually, and I think the British version was actually based on the American version. Can't remember. You'll have to let me know if you're from America what that's all about. Password Eclipse. Great to know, but A, I don't need it, and B, another ebook! Oh my God! So many! Composite study, blah, final test results. Initial variables, test conditions. Biomatrix composite. One was created using the R7 biochip design, which in turn uses the P-dot cluster array originally developed by Sarif Industries. Biomatrix composite 2 was created using the X1 biochip design, which was the P-dot cluster array developed by M. Reed et al. And all incorporates the mutagenic chemical composition first revealed in a patient X study. Tissue samples taken from both composites were tested every 7 days for rejection markers routinely associated with the onset of DDS, Darrow Deficiency Syndrome. Observations. Within 3 weeks of testing, Composite 1 exhibited low levels of cytotoxic M and DDSY enzymes commonly associated with the onset of rejection syndrome. The quantity of these enzymes increased as expected, with 20 cc of neuropozyme being administered in week 5 to break down glial tissue buildup around the biochip cluster. Composite 2, on the other hand, showed no sign of either enzyme appearing until week 6. At this point, trace levels of CM were detected but disappeared in subsequent weeks. This leads me to hypothesize that the enzymes were actually a byproduct of the formation of newly extruded neurotissue, compatible with the original matrix forming around the P-dot cluster. Additional tests must be conducted to confirm this. Luckily, David informs me that the new tissue from patient X has become available in recent months. Good for him. Oh god, the frame rate! What's happened to the frame rate? No! Oh boy. It's all gone P-tong. Oh boy. Probably telling me to stop recording, I think. Yeah, it's gone. Okay, I'm going to have to go now, so can I say thank you very much for watching. If you have done, please take it easy, have a good one, hope you're all well, and in the next video we shall carry on raiding the offices before we go and save Malik. I'm very sorry about this. Anyway, have a good one. See you later. And yeah, that's it, I think.